Grant was very curious about Moen's behavior. Is this some kind of exemplary student behavior? I have never seen a student union salute the statue of the first principal. Pran found another telescope in the office. He saw with his own eyes through the telescope how Moen treated the first principal statue very politely. He slightly opened his mouth wide, surprised by Moen. I have never bowed to the statue of the first principal either. After seeing that Moen's behavior had changed from before, Grant thought of what Pran had just said. He turned his head and smiled at Pran, then asked him, "So, how are you going to eat your desk? Are you planning to tear it apart and dip it in sauce? Or?" Pran showed an unhappy expression. He still doesn't want to believe that Moen has changed. It's only been a day now. This doesn't prove anything at all. Pran turned around and walked towards the entrance of the office. He still doesn't want to change his view and attitude towards Moen. He looked at Grant with serious eyes and told him what he was going to do next. A leopard cannot change its spots. A person's personality cannot change in just one vacation. This guy is definitely planning to do something bad. I will closely monitor his movements next. I will prove to you that I am right. After speaking, Pran opened the office door and left here. Seeing that Plank remained stubborn and unwilling to budge an inch, Grant found it quite amusing. He stroked his white beard and looked forward to the new semester. That freeloading geezer is still as stubborn as a mule, just like always. Ha ha ha! I feel that this year's college will be very interesting. After bowing in front of the statue of the first president, Moen carried his luggage to the student dormitories of Santa Maria College. The overall color of the student dormitory is white and gold, and the volume is very large. The sunlight shines on the student dormitory, as if coated with a bright layer of gold foil. From a distance, it looks like a royal palace made of light, very grand and highlighting a sense of nobility. Moen entered the first-floor lobby of the student dormitory and walked towards the service desk on the first floor. He politely greeted the dormitory manager and asked for his dormitory key. After searching in the drawer containing all the dormitory keys for a while, the dormitory manager handed him a golden key. Moen Campbell, this is the key to room 526. Moen took the keys handed to him by the dormitory manager. He placed one hand on his chest and politely bowed to the dormitory manager, expressing his gratitude to her. He gave her a sunny smile and said to her, "Thank you. Have a nice day." The dormitory manager was a little surprised by what Moen said. She didn't seem to realize that this sentence would come from Moen's mouth. She replied to him, "Oh, have a nice day." Moen picked up his suitcase and walked towards the stairs of the dormitory. After seeing that Moen had left the lobby on the first floor, the dormitory manager felt a little puzzled about Moen's behavior. She remembered that his personality was not like this before the holiday. She silently said in her heart, "What? Isn't that the infamous troublemaker? Why is he here so early today?" And surprisingly, he doesn't have a crowd of maids following him this time. And it's only been a vacation. Why has this guy suddenly become so polite and charming? dormitory manager was a bit surprised by Moen's changes and deeply attracted by his personality charm. Recalling Moen's polite and elegant behavior just now, her face blushed slightly. She gently held her face with her hands, feeling very shy. After arriving at the corresponding floor, Moen quickly found his dormitory. He took out the key from his pocket and opened the door. Perhaps there were specialized staff who came in to do the cleaning work, and the dormitory environment was very clean. All furniture and bedding are neatly arranged. The sunlight just shone into the room from outside the window, making the entire dormitory look warm and bright. Moen looked around the dormitory and couldn't help but exclaim in admiration. Wow, I didn't expect this place to be quite big. It's been a long time. A place that is both familiar and unfamiliar. My future happy nest. Moen walked into his dormitory with a happy mood and observed the furniture and decorations inside. The comfortable environment in the dormitory made him feel very relaxed. Moen lifted his hand and loosened his tie. He opened his arms and quickly lay down on the bed. The soft mattress and comfortable blanket made his tired body feel as if he was trapped in the embrace of clouds, causing his fatigue to recede like a tide. He couldn't help but want to sleep comfortably in bed now. He made his evaluation of this dormitory. Although it's not as comfortable as being at home here, it's still much better than my home before time travel. This bed is really nice. Moen opened his eyes and thought about what he wanted to do today. Tomorrow is the opening ceremony, and there's nothing to do in the afternoon. I'd better take a shower, change into new clothes, and then lie in bed. Moen placed his suitcase on the ground, took off his clothes, and went into the bathroom to take a shower. After more than 10 minutes, Moen walked out of the bathroom wearing a pair of pajamas. He hummed a song while holding a towel to dry his wet hair. It looks like he took a very pleasant shower. At this moment, Moen walked up to a mirror in the dormitory. He carefully looked at him in the mirror, seemingly noticing the changes in his body. He lifted his arms and found that the muscles on them were much stronger than before. He lightly patted his abdominal muscles, feeling their solidity as a shield. In addition, he noticed that the muscle lines on his body were more pronounced than before. He placed his hands on his waist, admiring his muscles while muttering to himself. This muscle, these well-defined lines, this body is much stronger than when I first crossed over to this world. It seems that exercising hard is effective. In order to quickly improve his abilities, he exercised according to the requirements of the Black Book and practiced in the Black Book space during this holiday. He is very satisfied with the results of his exercise. Wait! Suddenly, Moen found a strange spot on him. Have these traces actually not disappeared yet? Moen noticed a clear scar under his arm. He turned around and saw a strange-shaped scar behind him in the mirror. This big scar looks like it was left after the body was burned by flames. Perhaps it was the last time Moen received the power from the evil god Withering King. So the Withering King left its power in his body. Moen was very surprised by this scar. Moen didn't expect the Withered King to not fully retrieve the power stored with him. He felt helpless about the actions of the withered king. He gently covered his mouth with his hand and whispered, "I previously confirmed on the Black Book that there were no skill records. I thought it had completely disappeared. Are these traces intended to stay in my body forever?" King of Wither. Moen carefully lifted his hand and attempted to summon the flames of the withered king. Soon, a small cluster of blue flames appeared on his fingers. Moen stared at the flames on his fingers and became cautious about the power inside his body.